Yes, front row parking at the Spam Museum.
You're too excited.
Oh my gosh, look at all those bugs. We caught a lot of Minnesota bugs. Why would we stop in Blue Earth, Minnesota?
Why wouldn't we? They got the green giant.
Thanks for joining us on our venturesome journey. In this episode, we recap our travels from Crivets, Wisconsin, across southern Minnesota to Sioux Falls in eastern South Dakota. Travel day at Quick Trip just filled up. Going to use the facilities and then we'll have some lunch in the rig before we head on further into Minnesota to our overnight stop. Perfect day for travel. Lunchtime? Yeah. Almost. My favorite. Traveling Interstate 90 across southern Minnesota, we came across a couple of interesting and worthwhile stops. The first in Austin, Minnesota, home of the Spam Museum. The Spam Museum is big rig parking friendly, with a portion of the street dedicated to RV and bus parking between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. While visiting the museum, we learned more about Spam than we would have ever imagined. This included the Hormel Company's history, Spam facts, the role of Spam during wartime, and the popularity of Spam across the globe. All of that Spam history and sample tasting had us craving a cold beverage. Fortunately, Gravity Storm Brewing was just a short walk away. Our next Interstate 90 stop was Blue Earth, Minnesota, home of the Green Giant. What you see is what you get with this attraction, and unfortunately, the museum was closed when we stopped to visit. Oh, closed.
Oh, I missed the gift shop.
And I was okay with that after 9+ hours on the road and our overnight stop about 15 minutes further west, the Walmart parking lot in Fairmont, Minnesota. Following our quick overnight in Fairmont, Minnesota, we were back on the road early, trying to get ahead of the high winds being predicted. Unfortunately, the prior day's perfect towing weather gave way to 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. This prompted us to book an unscheduled 2-night stay at Palisades State Park, just across the border into South Dakota. Palisades State Park has 2 campgrounds. The older campground is tucked in an area of mature trees with plenty of shade for the hot summer months. The new campground that we opted for had just recently been opened. Both offered electric and water. The park came with a few pleasant surprises. Split Rock Creek was located just footsteps from our site, and the area was accessible via several hiking trails that ranged from easy to moderate. The full day of hiking built up a significant appetite.
What's for dinner tonight? Spam.
Spam.
Not something I'd order at a Five Diamond restaurant, but after a full day of hiking, Spam mac and cheese hit the spot. Another convenience of Palisades State Park is proximity to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Sioux Falls downtown area is very walkable and shows off the city's richness in culture, the arts, and culinary choices. The Arc of Dreams is an iconic sculpture spanning the Big Sioux River. The gap at the top represents the leap of faith dreamers take. Falls Park is a centerpiece for locals and visitors alike. Within the 128-acre park, there are cascading waterfalls, scenic views from the 5-story observation deck, a cafe, and a visitor center. After a full day of walking the city, we stopped for a burger and a beer at Fernson Brewing. Our last stop for the day was Josiah's Cafe. Josiah's was the perfect spot to end the day with sweet treats and specialty coffees. By the following morning, the winds had subsided, and it was time to prep for our journey west. With a long stretch of boondocking and dry camping outside national parks coming up, we did a complete dump and tank flush on our way out of Palisades State Park. We also added approximately 15 gallons of softened potable water to our fresh tank to cover the first several days. Join us next time as we continue west with a stop in Wall, South Dakota, where we dry camp atop the wall outside of Badlands National Park. We also visit Custer State Park and drive the narrow but beautiful Needles Highway. See you next time on our Venturesome journey.
Joffrey. Shoo!